like for your okay. What's up? What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? This Josh back with another video. You know what I'm saying? This is KeepItTechie. We finna do another technology talk with and today I got my man Professor Black Ops on. We definitely gonna chop it up and just talk about tech and talk about helping people get into the IT field. That's essentially why I do these videos. It's just mainly to get people interested and get them some knowledge to help them navigate the tech field and get into it and be successful. But I definitely appreciate all you guys coming through. I see a couple people in the chat. Well, one person. What's up, Go Professor? What's up, man? How you doing, bro? Salute to you. He says like button pressed on the way in. Yeah, definitely appreciate you. Go Professor, for coming through. But anybody else that's in the clouds and go down and hit that like button if you can, and then we can go down and get started. So what's up, PBO? What's happening, man? How you doing?
No, I can't complain. It's a Sunday, man. You reached out to me, so I had to show up. I can't complain. Old guy trying to grind a little bit. That's it.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
complain, man.
I already
Can't
know, man.
complain.
Yeah, yeah. So like I've been interviewing, for a lot of well, shoot, I don't even want to talk about that, but let's not go into that right now. Let's talk about okay, so first, go on and introduce yourself. And so for anybody that's new to the channel.
Okay, no problem. I'm Professor Black Ops. I've been in the game, the IT game, for 30 plus years. I've been doing cybersecurity for a good 15. High level, I work for a large state government agency. Before that, I worked 10 years at DOD. We always have that great conversation. You can eat good on federal money. I'm also, well, I just resigned, been a college professor for a local community college for another 10 years. So I've been in IT programming, start off on mainframes. Now, like we talked about, we're going to dive into, I'm getting those AWS architecture certifications because I got 10 more years. I needed one more skill to get me in that last going down the hill. So we'll dig into that. So that's a little bit about me, and my channel's about cybersecurity. We do everything from news. I've been doing a lot of AWS. I do a ton of compliance. I do a cyber assurance compliance. That's what I do. We report to the IRS, so I do a lot of federal compliance work in that. DOD, I did FISMA, I like IRS Pub 1075, HIPAA, FERPA. So I've done most of the compliance once again. So I've been in the game for a super long time.
That's what's up, man. Hey, I mean, yeah, and most people know you over here. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
You definitely, I definitely appreciate you. Supporting me, and we working together. You know what I'm saying? To try to put the message out there, man, and try to help people get into it. You know what I'm saying? So, and you come with a wealth of knowledge, and that's why I always try to support you as much as I can. That because knowledge is key, at the end of the day, especially if you got a background experience and all that stuff, it definitely helps, help other people, especially younger than us, get into the field. So,
Yes,
so,
right.
so you, so what are you currently, doing now as far as your job situation?
We talked a little bit about that. I've been at a government client for 10 years, and they
Yeah.
came to me basically said, and they were super nice. And I shut out, they gave me, they go, your contract is too high. So at the end of June, you either gonna, they offered me a great job. Either you're gonna come on board or we're gonna release you. Which,
Mm-hmm.
you've been in contract game. I seen guys get a week notice and marched out.
Yeah.
So they gave me stuff. And like I said, it was good money. It was six figures, but I make a little more than that. So I didn't want to take the government's job. So I decided to go out in the real world and see what my skills are really worth. Shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Tim and Black Heights. They be throwing out those big numbers. So I'm trying
Oh
to get me
yeah.
one of those.
Yeah.
But that's it at a high level. And like I said, I've been to the consulting game for 25 years. So I'm not surprised. I'm not upset. Like I told them, they gave me a 10-year run and they gave me a year notice. I guess from my point, I thought I'll have a little easier job. But when you old and you want a lot of money, sometimes you're not the first pick when people be
Mm-hmm.
hiring people. So it's
Yeah.
all good though.
Now, now, now let me ask you this, like, cause you're a little bit older than me, and I know I've received a lot of questions from people that are older than me. You know what I'm saying, that have been working either in other industries, and I was wondering, what are your thoughts on people that are trying to transition? I know we've had conversations about this in the past. I was just curious because I'm getting more and more of those messages, and I just wanted to hear your thoughts, um, and I add to it.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
There's a couple ways to transition. I think you mean transitioning at an older age too.
yeah,
I think you definitely should make that transition, especially in cybersecurity. There's a
hmm,
500,000 jobs open, right?
yeah,
And we talked about there's different levels to this, right? So you can easily in this industry make 70, 80, or 90,000, which is going to put you, at the top of most people things. But so I think you should come in this industry, like we always talk about, get your base fundamentals, get your base certifications. And I think even at an older age, you can definitely get work. Right. So
okay,
I,
yeah.
so I definitely think they should do that. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Josh.
and I agree with you. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of times you can transition those skills. You know what I'm saying, and get over in different positions in the tech field. You know what I'm saying? And like I was just helping out one of my battle buddies actually a couple of days ago. He was trying to see if he could transition over. He's been doing like military for years, and I was walking him through some of the stuff he needed in order to get into it. And I know you was talking about like government contracting, and if you already got a clearance, you might as well go
Right.
for some one of those type of contracting jobs, at least to get your feet wet. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get those 8570 certs or
Mhm.
85, yeah,
And those
70,
CompTIA certs are still good for the 8570. I'm just gonna say it and leave it alone.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, and I was doing research on it. Yeah, again recently, just to make sure I'm giving out the right information. So they have had some changes. I know they added some more search to it, but I just wanted to hear what you thought or what you
Yeah, I
saw.
looked at it. I didn't see my AWS certs on there. I was gonna go. Me and my boss was looking at it yesterday. I
Yeah.
saw Security Plus. I saw some other stuff. I didn't see the AWS. I saw the CCSP, which is
Oh yeah.
the uh the general one for cloud. I was like, where's that? But no, and once again, a lot of times too, especially if you're ex-military, where I worked at when I worked at DoD, they want to hire military guys and train them. I train a ton of military guys, so especially if you just leave it and you have your clearance, you
Mm-hmm.
do some basic classes, maybe a boot camp, and get you some cert. I think you'd be good to go, especially if you're in a major city,
Yeah.
right? There's a lot of DeFi. I did the financial organizations. I'm in Indiana, Cleveland, Ohio. I've been to Pensacola doing training. So there's a ton of those BRACs, the bases that are getting BRAC, but there's a lot of ton of government agencies, and even at the state level, we still love to hire veterans at the state level. Once again, I work for a large state agency, so veterans with security clearance, you definitely have to get in again. And you well know with your GI Bill that
Oh yeah.
applies to certain boot camps now. So
Okay. Okay. So you can get a cert with your GI Bill. Well, I know they got those
I,
courses you could take, but
I think you could do boot camps. I was
okay,
with
the boot
another guy.
camps.
He was a veteran and he was laying all the programs out. I didn't double check it, to
Mm-hmm.
be honest, but he said you could. So I would reach out. I taught at a local community college, and I know I signed the paperwork. But once again, that was a local community college where they gave out associates. But I think even that one guy I was signing paperwork for a couple years ago mentioned he was the GI Bill with. You can do it for certain boot camps. So I
Mm-hmm.
would just do the research. Maybe that'd be
Yeah.
your next video, Josh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into it too, cause yeah, I know it's a lot of programs out there. It's just they have like stipulations on them, so you know what I'm saying. You don't know until you look into it. So yeah, definitely do your research. Yeah. And shout out to a couple people I see coming through. Engineering Cannabis, what's up, man? He says, "Hey, Professor Black Ops, KeepItTechie DMV has lots of jobs and contracts." Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Thanks.
Yep, and
I might
go.
move out to the DMV. I was looking at jobs out there. That's
Yeah.
what's one of my things. Because long story short, Virginia, that area, they do a ton of Fed compliance, FISMA
Hmm.
type work over there. I just don't like those housing prices. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Now, what about people that are? Because I think I might have ran into this situation. Like, in order to get the job you want, you probably have to move. You know what I'm saying? In a lot of
Mhm.
cases,
Mhm.
um, and it's kind of difficult if you already got like a family and all that stuff in
Mhm.
the house and stuff like that. Now, I don't know. I mean, I was just curious of your thoughts on and I know for the single guys it's easier because
Oh,
you
100%.
could just hop up and leave. You know what I'm saying? But
100%.
um,
But like you said, I think you gotta weigh the pros and the cons of that, right? If
mhm.
you're gonna move, you got to make sure it's something worthwhile. But the other thing to that, which is the C19 did is, um, and we get into that. I'm interviewing with Deloitte. I'm in the third round interviews with Deloitte. They're all the jobs I interview for is 100% remote.
Okay.
Now, granted, I got a little more experience, so it's easy for me to get remote jobs. Shout out to Black Heights. I know a lot of people, companies are forcing people to come in, but I'm interviewing with a small company in Silicon Valley. They don't even have a headquarters. They've been working remotely for the 5 years they've been in business. They got a ton of security work, and they don't even have an office. I'm
Wow.
thinking, do I want to come work with y'all? Y'all kind of small, but they don't even
Mhm.
have an office, and they got so much work. And so I think there's a segment of that, especially with IT companies, especially Silicon Valley. They're just not gonna. It's all gonna be remote. Y'all gonna fly in and maybe touch down. That's one of those offices where you can rent space at.
Mhm.
So I think there's a ton of. I know I've probably sent in 10 resumes. 8 of those were all remote work.
Okay. Yeah, and me too. I'm seeing them a whole lot more so, and we've discussed that in the past too. That
Mhm.
it's a lot of companies are opening up to more remote work where they can get the talent. Because at the end of the day, they just want the talent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if they
Mhm.
gotta adjust a little bit to get the talent, meaning you working remote, then a lot of times they'll consider it. So.
Yeah, but we two we're a little different because we both been in the game for a while. We both got a certain skill set. So
Mhm.
what you do is I don't need to watch you 24/7. If I tell you to build a database, I need some indexes, I need some table space, and I can go check to see if you're done. I don't need to watch you, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
right. So I think a lot of older people are struggling with managing that, but I've actually got a couple of management offers. So I'll be like, okay, if I give you assignments, I can see that you're working. I don't need to see you every day. If you
Mhm.
got problems, you're gonna reach out to me, right? I can check on where you at. Okay, I need a status. I don't need to see you every day. So I think that's the fundamental change that's slowly happening. I think when I'm
Mhm.
60, I think it's gonna be a lot more remote work. I think the boomers are struggling with that, and I think they're about to retire in the next 10 years.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. And man, it's interesting where things are heading. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But shout out to a couple more people. I see a question in the chat that I wanted, and this will roll right into the next area I was going to talk about.
Mhm.
So Big Mag the Fisher, he basically says, Professor Black Ops, has the AWS security certs help you? I'm in AWS as well, so
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and me and KeepItTechie talk a little offline. But yeah, when I was interviewing, I wasn't getting a lot of hits. To be honest, I took the dates off my degrees, so you can't really figure out how old I am. I took the last 10 years, and I got 3 of the biggest AWS certs out there. And to be honest, Big Mac, my inbox will not stop ringing from Indeed. My stuff was on public for a week. I done got I shit you not, I probably got 20 hits where people were like, message me, can we set up an interview? Like I said, I'm in the third round with Deloitte. They reached out to me once I got those 3 certs. I got the AWS practitioner, the
Mhm.
AWS associate architect, and the AWS security specialty. And I'm currently studying for the developer, associate developer, and I want to take the database specialty. Long story short, I programmed for 15 years. I've been a DBA for 5. So I've done all those jobs. And for me, I've done everything in AWS on-prem. I just got to get their terminology and how they run their business and their infrastructure and just get that terminology and bring those together. But no, those AWS certs, I'm going to eat well with those for the next 10 years.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and that's been my thing. I need to go on and expand a little more in the cloud as far as search when it comes to, AWS or possibly Google or some of these other, cloud platforms just to, you
I
know,
haven't seen a lot on Google. We
you
talk
haven't.
about Google. I haven't seen a lot of
Uh-huh.
jobs. Now, I like I said, I work federal and state. It's
Hmm.
AWS or Azure. It was AWS, but now Azure is catching up because everybody's moving Outlook in the cloud and Active Directory in the cloud and moving with AFDS,
Yeah.
right? So you get that Word, Outlook, and the security for Word from a government agency. They got the encryption, MFA, all that stuff's built into Azure, so it's easy for you to click those boxes. So a lot of people are, and people don't realize Azure's got a ton of Linux in it. He
Yeah.
did a ton of Linux. People don't realize Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer was mad at him at first because he spun Linux up first when he
Yeah.
did Azure Cloud. So they do a
Wow.
lot of cloud. So those are two the big gorillas. So what I'm working on, and I'm live, and I'm gonna put that on my channel, is actually using Azure AFDS to actually do authentication and authorization in AWS and bring those tokens back to
Okay.
do that to do federation, because I think most people are going to start going multi-cloud
Hmm.
probably in the next 2-3 years. I think they're going to want to work use the best of breed of both of those.
Okay. Yeah. And one cool thing about it, I talked to someone that actually got hired on with AWS not that long ago, and he actually hit me up. He got hired on for a cloud position, and he was he he say I've been it's so much Linux there
Oh
that
yeah.
he's been having to watch my videos and check out this stuff, and he even called me about some help, for some of the stuff he's trying to learn and pick up with AWS, because
Oh,
you don't know until you get there. It's
oh, I knew. Like I said, I saw
yeah.
him in a couple of interviews, and he actually was talking about that. He almost actually got fired because they were very upset with him that he spun Windows up. He spun up
Yeah.
Linux first on
Wow.
Azure.
Yeah.
Because he's Indian and that's real big in their country, and he
Hmm.
thought that was the future of the cloud, so he actually took it there.
Okay, okay, yeah. And shout out to a couple more people I see coming through. Shaka Nulu, what's up, bro? Peace to you. Citizen Lou, what's good, man? Good to see you, bro. I definitely appreciate y'all coming through. Um, so do you think the AWS search? I mean, obviously with the hits you getting,
Oh, it's
after
gold,
the
man.
past them.
I
Okay.
talked to the guy at Deloitte, man. He said that's the reason he reached out to me, and I'm moving to the third level. And he said, and the crazy thing is, I'm like, dude, I'm still theoretical. I mean, he said, oh no,
Yeah.
we need that. He said, oh no, we need that. No,
Wow.
that's what's blowing it up.
Mm-hmm.
I promise you that those certs, because a lot of times too is, even if you don't really have all the experience you need, I mean, the game, and especially in federal compliance, they need guys with certain certs so they can bid on certain work.
Oh
Because
yeah.
the government wants you to have so many guys with X, so many guys with Y, so that needs
Mm-hmm.
those certs to bid on those contracts.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause they definitely do that. They'll when they bid on the contract, they have to have a certain amount of people. And that's why
Mhm.
they pull a whole bunch of resumes too and put them
Mhm.
together, so they
Yeah,
in time to each one of those positions, basically
yeah,
saying to the government, hey, if you if we win this contract, we got X, Y, and Z. These guys
fast.
that we can bring in that can do the work, and this
And
is
they
their
all
background.
certified.
Yeah, and they all certified. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, so you think so do you recommend people, and I'm probably repeating myself, but you do recommend people look into the AWS search a little bit more now?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, I was always like that because for me,
Yeah.
AWS 800-pound gorilla.
Mhm.
They got a big lead. They just want $1 billion of government work,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? I mean, so obviously, so they're winning it. Everybody I talk to, I would say 70% of the people going into AWS, 25% of the people going in Azure, and the 5% of the people just going to like Rackspace or somewhere else,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm seeing. I know a lot of people are leaving. A few people are leaving AWS because they're in competition with a lot of big companies too. So a
Mhm.
lot of big companies are getting a little meaner. But AWS once again is one of the hot skills. And like I said, when I out there and I review a lot of security vendors when they come to my state agency, I got to review their software and their infrastructure. once again, 7% of those are in AWS.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
that's how I got comfortable doing those security reviews in AWS. So I just kept learning and building my skills up. So when I went to go take the certs, I had a decent background from studying and looking at architectural diagrams and looking at particular services and the security of them. So I was
Okay.
comfortable in AWS. So
Cool. Cool. Now let me switch it up a little bit. I want to ask you something else.
Mhm.
And and this has to do with travel. Have you been to any um of the tech events this year?
I have not. I do not travel very much, man.
Okay.
I just be grinding so much. I was going because I think it was one in Cleveland that just happened.
Okay.
I just don't really travel.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go those. I used to go there a lot when in my 20s and 30s. Man, I'm
Yeah.
50, man. I don't like to leave my bed. I need to get it
Yeah.
was that easier though. The ones I go to now with are online. So,
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And that's the thing. I went to one online as well. I don't even remember what it was. I went to a Red Hat
okay, okay.
convention. I signed up for it and went to it online.
But
Just to see what they was
but the
what they was
cool thing
talking
they're
about.
doing
Mm-hmm.
But the cool thing they're doing in the AWS is excellent about this. They put all their big events online
Mm-hmm.
on
Yep.
YouTube. So
Yep.
you can look at. So I've been looking at security, the AWS event or whatever the Ignite event or whatever. Man, I've been looking at a
Mm-hmm.
ton of those for the last 3 years on that event. So they have all the events online now. So I'm trying to figure out why do I need to go spend
Yeah,
money? But
definitely. Yep. And you start seeing them on LinkedIn as well.
yeah,
Like different places where you see them, they'll do like a quick summit or
yeah,
whatever and talk about certain things. Like I see my man Gabe Bay, I think he's gonna be speaking at a summit
I saw that.
pretty
I saw
soon.
that.
So
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna try to catch him because he put it on his LinkedIn. I'm like, at least I
Yeah,
can
me too.
support him online.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will try to check out Struggle Security. I'm gonna try definitely get there and support him.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. So um that how difficult was that first cert from AWS, the practitioner cert?
The practitioner's not bad, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm as I get older, I don't memorize. So
Mm-hmm.
as people know here, AWS got like 200 servers. Now they all aren't on there, but they got a ton of services they want you to memorize, right? So just the memory of each one of those type of services and what they do, even at a high level, was a lot. It wasn't super hard, but it was just a lot of memorization. The architect one was brutal because they do a ton of scenarios.
Okay.
Um, they do. It's all really scenario based. I got 3 tier, 4 tier, what type of load balancer I'm going to use, and what type of group, and my security group's not working. Is it the security group or the knuckles, right? So you got to do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of networking in there too from a VPC. And see, I've done networking at a high level, but they got a lot of that in there. So
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cause I was looking at going in and try to take that one. At least
the practitioner.
yeah, now that I have a conversation with you about it, I like cause like I've always been like, well, um I don't know. I just never got into wanting to take a cloud cert. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's a bad thing because I'm getting left behind now that I see a
well,
lot of people getting it.
no, it's two things there though, right? Right.
Hmm.
It's the cert and the knowledge, right? You can have all the knowledge and not need the cert, right? I met
Yeah.
people with
Yeah.
certs that aren't very good, right?
Hmm.
So you got to put them, you really need them both together. But a lot of times, especially in this new age of
Yeah.
Indeed and LinkedIn, I think certain jobs look for those certs because HR wants them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't even get to the interview
Hmm.
unless you got those certs to get past HR. Like I've been in the game a long time. Long story short is one of my good homies I work with is at Salesforce.
Okay.
I got set up for the first interview. I'm thinking I'm gonna get rolling to Salesforce. Then they put on a hiring freeze. They just hired 30,000 people. They trying to figure out they said they need to get some money out of those 30,000 people they just hired. So I
Hmm.
was like, I got to get back in the game. So so
Cool.
so I think a lot of times too, usually, and even this couple of jobs is your network sometimes going to get you past HR. But
Hmm.
if you just post on Indeed like I've been doing, a lot of those if you don't have those certs, you can't get past the first interview. You can't even get in the door again.
Oh yeah. And that's something I am starting to see a lot. a lot of these managers, they're paying attention to what's going on online, and like the type of content that you put up as well.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Even if
facts.
you're not like a YouTuber or a content creator, they still look at, what your interest is, and that makes a determination if you get pulled in to possibly interview as well. Like I got hit up
Facts.
directly about a position because of my course, I
Mm-hmm.
had put out. So um just that network is important. It definitely is. So I
Oh,
agree with you
I
there.
didn't tell you the story. I was talking about I was a YouTuber, and I hung out with some other black YouTubers, and we cool. They said, "Yeah, we follow this guy named KeepItTechie." I'm like, "Do you keep it?" I'm like, "Dude, I got his number." They like,
Yeah.
really? I know him. So
Yeah.
no, shout out to you. Your scorch is moving. I got some young guys. They getting into Linux. They said they were looking at your course. I was like,
Oh, that's
I,
dope.
so yeah. So you spreading the word. It was funny. I was like, yeah, I know him. He's famous. I know him.
No, I don't see myself as famous, man, but I got you. Yeah. That's dope though. People are
It
recognizing
is,
it, you
man.
know what I'm saying?
It is, man. It's a
Um
small world, man. Because these dudes are
mhm.
from like Utah somewhere.
Okay.
It's funny. I'm like, yeah, I know him. So yeah, it's a small world. Yeah, I mean, you putting in good work, man. You putting in
Yeah.
good work.
Yeah. And that's what I want to do, bro. I just want to influence people and get people into it, kind of like what you're doing as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
Facts, facts.
yeah. First thing they want you to learn is link. Oh yeah, so somebody was saying that. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Zyak Brown, what's happening, man? How you doing, bro? Yeah, that is something that they want you to learn, right away. Yep. So let me see. Somebody else asked some. Oh, Gold Professor, he says, Van, you asked the professor about Jira and
Jira.
Confluence. Yeah, Jira and
Yeah.
Confluence.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, I do
mhm.
mostly compliance from a cybersecurity perspective, but I do help open source people, especially in the open source world. They Jira for your requirements. If you got any bugs or something. So yeah, that's one of the definitely I would say big products people use. When you move into government and private, a lot of people they either use TF Foundation from Microsoft. I'm trying to think of the other one. Java guys they use Maven, but now Zero is one of the top ones, and Confluence from that. Like I said, I do more compliance and work, but now those are very good products to learn. I'm actually going to move into DevSecOps.
Mhm.
That's going to be my focus on the next year, and I'll probably start doing videos on DevSecOps, meaning basically your developers check in, we
Mhm.
compile, we look for static code for compliance, any vulnerabilities, any bugs. OWASP top 10, we looking for cross-site scripting from DevSecOps. And
Okay.
before you put the code in production, you go back and look at Kaseya's. Nation states and hackers actually got in the pipeline and actually put malware in there, and they shut down all the oil rigs on the East Coast. But that's it at a high
Wow.
level. But no, once again, those are two highly used products and that's out there, especially in the open source world.
Okay. Okay. Now, where does the um is there is there a cert that's dealing with cybersecurity from AWS or Amazon? Or maybe you
Yeah, I
already
got
touched on it. Go
yeah,
ahead.
no, cool. Yeah, they got they have the associate, then they have the professionals, then they have specialty certifications.
Uh-huh.
Security is a specialty certification. Shout out to engineering cannabis. They got an MI and artificial intelligence specialty cert. And I think they had a data analyst specialty.
Analytics? Yeah.
Yeah, they have a specialty cert. We might pull them up real quick and look at them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a ton of them. They have a professional DevOps, so I hope to get that probably in a year. So, but
Okay.
now, yeah. So AWS probably has about 10. So I'm kind of rolling. So I might try to get like 6 or 7 while I'm rolling because they kind
Might
of
as
stack on
well.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, I got 3. I'm working on my 4th one. So I'm just kind of rolling with them. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, if you want, you can look them up real quick or not. But yeah, they got, I'm gonna say 3, 5, 6, probably 10 or 12 total certifications you can get.
Okay.
Oh, and 2 is they actually got 2 base ones that actually before practitioner. They got something called business essentials and something else. because I think they want you to be able to come in from the ground floor now and go all the way up. So
Okay. Yeah, I see them now.
used
So
to,
practitioner,
mm-hmm,
then the architect, that's associate search, sysops, associate
mm-hmm,
search, developer, associate
mm-hmm,
search,
yeah,
and then certified solutions architecture professional,
yeah,
certified DevOps engineer professional. Yeah, I heard you say that one. Then
yeah,
advanced networking, data
yeah,
analytics, databases, machine learning, all that's
yeah.
under specialty and security.
Right.
SAP.
Right. That I got the security one right there. I just passed that one a week ago. I just got
Okay.
it. So yeah, I just got that one. And then my email really started blowing up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I got those certs. And I'm gonna talk a little bit. Maybe tomorrow I'm debating. So but yeah, so like I said, and me and Gabe talk about, and he always puts it, sometimes the cert is the base level bar just to get in, right? That's the
Mm-hmm.
bar you got. That's the base level requirements for some jobs to get in there, right? Um, so like I said, I decided to go ahead and get into them. And like I said, once I got those three, my email box has been blowing up. Like I said, I was going to reach out to Gay because the Lloyd's talking about maybe I could get a management job. I'm like, I don't like managing people.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to those certs. So I just decided to go hard on it. And like I said, I got the practitioner, the associate architect, and the security specialty, and I'm doing the DevOps. So I've been getting like one a month. But long story short, man, I've been in this game for 30 years, and everything you listed in there, I think I've done professionally.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
besides artificial intelligence data, I've been in security forever. I programmed Oracle, Forms, Java. I've been an Oracle DBA for 10 years too. So like I said, most of those jobs. So I just gotta, make the leap to how they want you to architect their solutions, the
Mm-hmm.
best practices for them. So
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm a definitely study for it, especially since at least a practitioner and try to get that one knocked out. But it's only $100, guys. So if you're interested in taking this, this at least a practitioner to get you, started, or at least an understanding of how the AWS cloud works, then definitely check this out.
yeah, the
For
cool thing
sure.
they stack. Once you do the practitioner, you get half off on the next level on associate with
What?
developer,
For
architect,
real?
or the yeah. Look, it tells you that yeah, it's the other one's 300. You get like half off. So I think I only paid 150 for my social architect, but them scenarios were brutal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
So those the associate ones, they had the scenarios in it. The one you took, you said solutions
yeah,
architect.
yep, yeah.
Okay.
Even the practitioner have a few scenarios in it, but
Mm-hmm.
the architects like a lot of scenarios, and the developers, which is even more than the architect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they actually talking about when you upload, you want to do blue green scenario.
Mm-hmm.
They talking about a lot. Shout out to Tam. I think she's on containers, which is cool because I need to go
Okay.
into doing a Docker. So the show shit we talked to mostly Docker because that's what AWS push. So they got
Yeah.
their Docker the container, their Docker infrastructure, and it's called Fargate. It does all the Docker stuff for you. You just need to
Mm-hmm.
push code out. It spins up the servers. You don't have to do any of
Oh,
that.
that's
So
dope.
yeah, AWS Fargate does all that behind the scenes, so they really pushing that. So, but that's the cool thing is, so I've been shout out to the one. I've been living every day, making sure I get comfortable,
Yeah.
with the cert and just live and like I said, walking through scenarios, and I'm gonna start going through those scenarios a little more on my channel. Like I said, I just want to knock out a couple of certs before and then get
Mm-hmm.
back on the videos.
Yeah. And you can take these tests online. Yeah, it's online. Never mind.
Yeah, you
I
could.
see
I
it.
like going to the center, man. I'm a conspiracy theorist, man. I don't want nobody to say I cheated or I was looking at something on the wall. So it's one like a half a mile from my house, man. So
Yeah.
I love the
Okay.
old black lady. I walked in there. She said, "You back again, baby?" I go, "I'm back again." So now I'll drive to the center, man. I want no issues. No,
Yeah.
my buddies took them. They didn't have. I just feel like somebody gonna try to set me up. So
Yeah.
I just go to the center, put all
Mm-hmm.
my stuff in the locker, roll my pockets inside and out. Let's get busy, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Cause they do they do watch you, and they
yeah,
record the whole thing too. Cause
yeah.
like I told you a while back, I think before we, started the live stream, I took the Linux Plus exam, through the Pearson View,
Mm-hmm,
uh,
mm-hmm.
and you can't have like multiple screens. You can only have one screen, and then they have you turn on the webcam and move the computer around so they could they can see all the areas around your testing area. So
Facts,
and
right.
it's a lot that they they're real
Yeah.
detailed with it. You know what I'm
And I don't
saying?
blame him. So I was like,
Mm-hmm.
dude, you a half a mile from my, I just drive. I don't have
Yeah.
to worry. None, oh, we saw your eyes moving funny. I don't want
Yeah.
none of that fun. I ain't want none of that smoke. So I'm like, I'm just gonna drive to the test center. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
I knocked those 3 out in the last 4 months. Like I said, I'm just hoping to go associate developer. Then I was gonna do database. And I'm thinking it was networking because the weird thing is Deloitte's AWS Cloud, they were asking me a lot of networking stuff because when you go
Mm-hmm.
from AWS Cloud and you do a VPN tunnel on-prem, there's a lot of different networking choices. Um, Depending on if you're a large company, if you want to go through the internet, not go through the internet, do a VPN tunnel, AWS probably got 15 networking choices between them on cloud and how you connect on prem. And I guess they didn't really have a lot of people that master that. So I was gonna actually sit down with Network Bruh. I was like, I think that'd be a good
Oh
thing for
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
But so I might take the networks. I might take the networking specialty
Okay. Yeah.
certificate that was in there.
Okay. Yeah. And man, yeah, this is interesting. I really got to start looking into this. Now, let me ask you this: what did you do to prepare for it, other than what you've already stated? Did you purchase
Oh,
any books, or did you purchase any training?
I actually
In any
got
way?
this one. I actually got this one training course. And I went through it. And they seem pretty good. So they have a lot of labs online. They got this guy. I seen him on YouTube, and I kind of liked
Mm-hmm.
him. He was doing labs, so I bought it. It wasn't super expensive, so I just kind of used that. And that's one thing I'm glad you brought it up is I kind of know my learning style because I'm old. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
lecturer and a lab guy because I actually teach in real life, so I like the lecture lab. Then they got a ton of practice tests.
Okay.
Right. So I practiced tests, and I was failing. Then I did the labs. Then okay, now I'm understanding it. So
Mm-hmm.
on a practice test, they say if you get a B, they think you're ready. So I mean, they have like 4 practice tests, 4 learning. Then you got to take like this simulation. Because the weird thing is, it's only like 65 questions,
Yeah, I
man.
seen that
I'm
on
like,
the.
man,
Yeah.
I'm studying all this stuff, but that makes it more pressure. I'm like, okay, is this gonna be the 65 stuff I study, or is it gonna be 65 I didn't study, right? But so no, so I picked it out. Like I said, there's a ton of courses similar to that. So I just kind of like the guy. I was looking for some people in the manosphere to go check out and to see what
Mm-hmm.
they got. But long story short, I liked it, and it seemed to be working. So now I took it, and like I said, I passed a couple, and I just kind of figured out once I took the practitioner, it kind of stacked in for the associate architect, meaning most of the stuff I learned there transferred to the architect. When I did
Mm-hmm.
the architect, they talk a lot about their security. Then when I did the security, both of them talked a lot about programming, which I done. So I was like, let me take the DevOps. I program. And once
Yeah.
I did that, your specialty, I'm like, I'm gonna take the database when I've done Oracle for 20 years. So
Mm-hmm.
but now they got the NoSQL,
Yeah.
RDS, then they got the Neptune for the graph. There's a lot of databases that out there, but they got the database for the right job,
Mm-hmm.
so just studying all of them. So while I was studying, I was like, let me get on here and get the certs and see if I can get them. So
Okay. Yeah. And shout out to a couple more people I see coming through. What's up, guys? Shout out to Gabe Bay. I seen you in the building. What's up, man? Um who else? Calvin Henderson. What's up, man? Good afternoon to you. Azrael, what's up, man? The Daywalker, what's good? What's good? He says, hey, keep it techie. What's up, Professor Black Ops? Yeah, my man Wally. He says, is there a certification for web graphics design? Now that's an interesting question. Um, and I know you're not talking about AWS at all, because they don't. Yeah, they probably don't. They don't have no cert for that. But really, and let me answer, and then I'll let Professor Black Ops answer as well. But really, with graphics design, it's all about your portfolio. That's your certification, so to speak. They want to see the work that you can do. So if you have work out there, you want to make sure it's kind of copywritten, and but still put out there so people can see it, see the type of work that you do. And a lot of people that do graphics design work, What I've seen, they go down and create a YouTube channel as well. That's a way of documenting, some of your graphics design, walking people through how to use certain things, or it doesn't even have to be tutorials. It could be something that you've done, that you've built, and you can walk through how you quickly built it, and that'll, that's like a portfolio. And you can keep your videos on private unless and share the link with potential clients or potential companies that you want to work for. But do you have anything to add to that, Professor Black Ops?
Just a little, but man, I think you hit it from. I've never seen a certification for that. The only
Yeah.
thing I've ever seen is, once again, I work at a community college, so I seen an associate in graphic design, and I think they had a cert at the community college level, so you could just take those courses without taking, psychology
Mm-hmm.
and all that. But I've never seen like an official certification for it. But shout out to you. I used to do web pages, and I figure I have no artistic bone in my body. Just a quick story. I done this website. I worked on it forever. The back end was tight. You hit the button. I had the web, the Apache, SQL going into my Oracle database, but it looked crap. I gave it to a professional designer. I sit in an hour, look totally. She said, "Oh, we gotta put the A-frame, put some rounded corners on it." Right then, I figured out I have not one artistic bone in my body. So shout out to the graphic designers out there.
Yeah, they definitely on top of it, man. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, if you understand it. Now, Wally, don't get me wrong. I haven't researched this, so don't take my word for it. But go check out and see if Adobe, if they have some type of training slash
Nice.
certification, or whatever software that you use, they may have some form of a certification out there. And that may be something that can help you, I don't know, land something in, I don't know, a movie production company or something to that effect, or these what you call them, record labels, where they create design the art for, you know, and they really it's really science behind that stuff, because they want to,
Thanks.
it's marketing, the certain colors you have to use and
Mhm.
all that stuff. And like I said, I'm not no artist, but I know some of it. I understand some of it. It's kind of like when you walk through Walmart, they put the colors in a certain order when you're walking down the aisle to attract
Mhm.
your eyes to certain things. It's marketing. So same thing
Thanks.
applies with graphics design. You want someone to get interested and excited about what they're looking at. That's the whole thing about it, in my opinion. And just look and see if they may have some certifications out there for you. Yeah.
Thanks.
But shout out to everybody else. Oh yeah, and Calvin, I was saying, you can put them unlisted. Yeah, you're right. Put them on listed. That way you can share the link with people, and it's not public to YouTube, to the YouTube community. It won't show up in the search result if you want to hide it that way.
Thanks.
Yep.
A lot of times, well, if you do a good video, um, I get a lot of people reaching out, and I get a lot of people offer me side work. So I mean,
Okay.
YouTube. I mean, I say put it out there, promote
Mm-hmm.
it, and I make about 50 cents a day. I ain't on a KeepItTechie level, but like I said, I get a lot of side work offers. I get a lot of people that's I send them to my YouTube video, to look at stuff. So it's
Mm-hmm.
great advertisement for you personal. For
Oh
and
yeah.
two is as an old guy, I'm getting used to this is personal professional portfolios, which is your LinkedIn, your
Mm-hmm.
YouTube videos, because employers like to look at that and they can learn a lot about you and in your skill set by looking at your videos and your LinkedIn and your Facebook, right? All that together is your
Exactly.
digital dossier about yourself. So,
Mm-hmm. And that's so true, man. Like they really starting to look at this type of stuff, to see what you into, what you interested in, what groups you a part of, all that stuff, to kind of gauge what type of person you are, and if they can, incorporate you into their culture, so to speak. Yep. Now, as Azra was asking about Salesforce again. Do you wanna
yeah, yeah.
you wanna tackle
I
that
think you
question
just came.
again?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Long story short, me and KeepItTechie took it offline. I was actually your interview Azrael with Salesforce. They actually have a hiring freeze on it. People don't realize this. Salesforce is, and part of it still is based on Oracle's cloud. The guy there used to work for Oracle. So when you do Salesforce, you're actually in Oracle's cloud. They're actually great break away, right?
Mm-hmm.
And their infrastructure is actually on inside Oracle Exadata database. And I've done Oracle for years. So no, Salesforce is a great company. I'm in the Midwest. They pay you Cali money. So from that, for me though, the negative is, which depending on what's, they're a large company, so you get that large company feel, you get that large company infrastructure, and they be on your ass a lot too. So, which is good because they pay you well. So now I'm a huge fan of Salesforce. They is probably my third choice. Like again, I'm studying AWS. I've been in AWS a long time, so I'm kind of focused on it. Salesforce has their own syntax, their own kind of cloud infrastructure they got on top of the cloud they're running on. But great company, great skills, great pay as well. So that's what I got for Salesforce. And I'm gonna bring on one of the I think he's the sales managers for the Midwest. I post a book interview with him on my channel. So we're gonna break it down with him. So
that's dope. That's dope. Now, PBO, I'm gonna put you on the spot, man.
I'm ready.
So I remember a couple months ago you was talking about possibly putting together a course for Amazon. Yeah. Is that still coming for some of these certifications?
It is. Number one though is I'm pushing it back. I saw my Mickey kid. I'm trying to figure out what part of sales first, because I was gonna do compliance, but what's the white guy name? Simply Cyber. He's so good at it. Gerald.
Yeah.
He's got, and his course is pay as you go. So I didn't really want to duplicate what he did. I think his course is good. I sent people to your course, KeepItTechie's course. So there's a few courses. So I don't want to duplicate somebody. I'm leaning towards more like DevSecOps. I've never seen anybody really talk about that much on YouTube. So I think that's what I'm focusing on. So I think that's what I'm leaning on.
Okay, yeah, because I remember when I kept saying I was gonna do my course, y'all was hitting me up in my chat. Hey, when that course dropping, Josh.
Man, I'm so far behind. Me and B2B before the billion supposed to do a data lake I'm working on.
Okay.
Then me and Gabe A supposed to do red team, blue team walkthrough of a AWS architect design, and I'm way behind. You know how it is,
no,
man.
It's not enough
time in the day.
Yeah, I know how it go.
It's all good. Though.
Just messing with you though, man.
Nah, you good. Keep asking me, man. I got to do it.
Yeah. So Calvin says LinkedIn is a great networking vehicle once you get into sharing information and what's not. Yeah, definitely.
Facts. Shout out to KeepItTechie, man. He the master of LinkedIn.
Oh yeah.
He be liking me. He be sharing stuff with me in it. I'm like, thanks.
Yeah, he's on it, man. Like that's something, you know, I guess I'm trying to get out of my shell because I never really, I don't know, was that I don't know, social. Even though it's kind of it's social media, but I'm just saying, like, I've never been that social on a lot of these platforms. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to keep up with all this stuff, and I don't know.
I think that's how you grow to 30,000, man. You use everything to help you grow, man. He feeds a lot of stuff from his LinkedIn back to YouTube and back and forth. And I was in his I don't know what
Discord,
Slack or whatever he got on there.
Yeah,
I was the Discord.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god, so he got a lot going on.
So, it's just I don't know. It's just too many apps to be keeping up with, and I try to do as much as I can, but yeah, it's tough, man. Like,
ain't that many hours in a day.
I know, right? I know.
Man.
Yeah. But so what's new with the channel that you're gonna bring? You know, that people should be looking out for.
Like I said, I'm gonna hopefully do more just what we just got through talking about the certs and the pieces you study, and kind of loop that in with DevSecOps. So I think that's the new thing I'm gonna bring to my channel. Like I said, I've been studying so much, I haven't been putting out as much content as I usually have. Like I said, my contract is kind of ending up, and I know my consulting company's a body shop. So after 60 days, if they don't have a place for me, they gonna fire me. So
Mm-hmm.
no hard feelings. I know I've been in this game a long time. So as the young people said, I gotta make some moves.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
It's all good. That's part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta ask Azrael because I love that. He said, I'm gonna learn Oracle next year. I'm studying SQL, data migration, and BI power. The only issue I have with that, Azrael, which is super small, is Oracle's really the new mainframe now. A lot of companies are not going to Oracle anymore. And I love Oracle. I made my first $100,000 bag being an Oracle DBA. I've done Oracle Forms and Reporting PL SQL for 15 years. I am great at that. You just don't see a lot of that work out there like that as so just do a little research. Those skills won't leave you. Like I said, I'm using those same skills when I look at AWS DynamoDB. They got Oracle. They got their relational database, MySQL and Postgres. Postgres actually really stole all the good parts from Oracle and try to make it cheaper. So just understand a lot of Oracle's going away, but there's a ton of Oracles out there because it's a lot of legacy stuff out there in Oracle. You can get paid on it. It's just not out on the cutting edge. When most people decide to do new development, most of that is not done on Oracle. So that's my do your research on that, Azrael. That's my 2 cents on that. Once again, I love Oracle. Larry Ellison helped me get my first bag, so I love that database. And for me, it was really, especially when I was doing it in the early '90s, that was the enterprise relational database, and he actually stole the plans from IBM. They did it as a white paper PhD. He actually made it come true. So once again, just do your research on that, Azrael. And like I said, you also was doing AWS with that, so you're good. But that was my 2 cents about, like I said, about
Oh
Oracle.
yeah.
I love Oracle though.
And let me add this in there. I don't know if you have you heard about who they just purchased.
I did. Go ahead.
Yeah,
It was a big.
I was looking at doing a video on it because I seen is it supposed to be like a digital medical records
Yeah,
company. I can't think of the name of it,
yeah,
but
the weird thing is because I love Oracle and I used to own Oracle stock for years. The long
mhm.
story short is, if you Google Oracle bought 300 companies in the last 5 years.
Yeah, that's true.
They had 3 web servers for a while before they fell them down. Because
Wow.
people don't realize Oracle database still makes so much cash. They trying to get hip, right?
Mhm.
They got their Oracle Cloud's probably ranked 5th or 6th.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so they're in there, but not Oracle. But I guess that's why they buy so many companies, man, because they flush with cash.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, you'll see some out there, and then just to throw this in the Azure, you also because I've started seeing a lot of a couple jobs dealing with Hyperion. So check it
Oh,
out, man.
facts.
They do still
Mm-hmm.
have jobs out there for people that are running because they have I remember when they was pushing their cloud platform for the Oracle Hyperion. It was like a whole, running their your
Mm-hmm.
Hyperion servers in the cloud on Oracle
Facts.
servers. So check that out as well. That's something I've seen. And I actually used to do I worked for a company where I managed a couple Oracle Hyperion servers for all their finances. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Just Oracle, just compare it because I mean they they're still expensive because one of my clients run Oracle Exadata, which is their Oracle appliance platform. It's
Hmm.
a beautiful box, man. It runs at the speed of light, but I just don't see a lot of new development. Like the one guy said, they still a ton. I believe it's the new COBOL. It's not going in away. There's a ton of legacy information out there. There's still a ton of Oracle forms and reports, even though they switched to Java 10 years ago. There's just a ton of that because a lot of people used to run Oracle ERP
Yeah,
for a large
ERP.
organization. Oracle ERP used to be hot.
Yep.
So it's still a ton of that out there. Running Oracle forms, which is deprecated.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. I actually, that was part of what I was, running the whole ERP system. They had
Mm-hmm.
their, all the ERP apps, and then the Hyperion S-based database running in the
Mm-hmm.
back end, for all the reporting and consolidating and reporting and all that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah. They
yeah.
bought a ton of like ERP systems. I think they
Hmm.
bought a ton of accounting packages. They like
Yeah.
about three of the biggest accounting packages.
Oh yeah.
So anything that you were running, they run in Oracle Cloud, and people they're running it as a service,
Yeah. And I
right? So
know
instead of buying a package, they run it as a subscription.
yeah, and I know Dell was actually using it, you know.
Oh, fast.
Yeah, they were using I don't know if they still using it, but I know they were using that ERP system from Oracle, the airspace and all that stuff. And the reason I know that because one of my supervisors, he actually worked for Dell, and that's where he got the idea to bring that up to get it installed at his company because that's the system that they were using
Wow.
currently. So yeah. But anyway, man, hey, I appreciate you coming through, man. Stay on in the background, bro. We're gonna
Fast, fast.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit, but if you haven't already subscribed to Professor Black Ops, go down and check out his channel. I'll put his link down in the description of the video. Man, I learned a lot, and I hope you guys learned a lot from Professor Black Ops. Like I said, he's an OG to me. You know what I'm saying? He especially with all the experience and all the knowledge that he has that he puts out there, for people. And I definitely want to support his channel, push people his way because he can actually help people get into the field. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm all about. That's why I do these interviews, and that's why I always talk to different people in the field, is so you guys can get interested in it as well as go follow them. And if they're putting out good information, I want you guys to get that information as well. I don't want to be the only source of information, you know. So I definitely appreciate you coming through, Professor Black Ops. And if you got any last words, go on and run with them.
No, it's just it. Just keep grinding. Like Josh said, there's so many people out here putting out good information. I just came out here as an old guy to support people like KeepItTechie, Kev Tech, Gabe A, Tech G. Just KeepItTechie said he needed somebody to come on. I said, I got you anytime, any place, man. If I'm old, I'm gonna be home most of the time. Just give me a call, I can jump on. But now, like again, keep grinding, man. I got searched. You can get searched. I've been getting a bag for over 15 years, man. I've been making about 100K for about 12 years. If I can do it, you can. I'm not super smart. I'm not super bright. You just got to grind, man. People out here hooping for 8 hours a day. Just do IT for a couple hours a day, man. You can get the bag too.
Hmm. Exactly, man. And I appreciate all you guys coming through, and the questions y'all ask and all that stuff that really helps out. And just supporting and liking the video. Go down and like it. And if you can share, I think it's ain't no requirement, but if you want to share because it may help somebody else, I definitely appreciate it. But again, I appreciate all you guys coming through, and of course, keep it techie.